quick spray. That's all it takes, right? That's what most people think when cleaning a mass airflow sensor. But that one step can go two ways. Done right, it restores performance. Done wrong, it ruins the sensor completely. And the signs don't always show up right away. In this video, you'll see the tricks to clean your mass airflow sensor without damaging your engine. Let's break it down. Trick number 9, use only a dedicated mass airflow cleaner. One wrong spray can quietly ruin a perfectly good sensor. It may look harmless, but the cleaner you choose decides whether the mass airflow works or fails. Inside the sensor is a hot wire or thin film that reads airflow by changes in heat. That surface must stay clean and free of residue to give accurate readings. Generic sprays like carb cleaner or brake cleaner cause problems here. They often leave behind oils or chemical residue. That thin layer sticks to the element and changes how heat moves across it. Once that happens, the sensor starts sending wrong signals. Fuel delivery shifts, idle becomes rough, and the engine may lose power or use more fuel. A proper mass airflow cleaner is designed for this exact job. It evaporates quickly, leaving nothing behind. That is what protects the reading surface. Products like CRC Mass Airflow Sensor Cleaner are trusted because they clean without coating the wire and dry without causing damage. Spending a few extra dollars here can save you from replacing a sensor that costs hundreds. It is a simple choice that protects the whole system. Even with the right cleaner, one mistake causes the most damage: touching the element. Trick number 8, never touch the sensor element. That tiny strip inside the mass airflow sensor is not just a wire. It is the part that tells your engine how to breathe. It heats up, cools down, and tracks airflow in real time. Even a small change on its surface can throw off the readings. When that happens, the engine starts to react right away. Your fingers may look clean, but they carry oil, dirt, and moisture. The moment you touch that element, a thin film forms. You won't see it, but it changes how heat moves across the wire. The sensor begins to send incorrect data. Fuel delivery shifts. The engine may idle rough, hesitate on acceleration, or burn more fuel than normal. Trying to fix it by wiping makes things worse. Cloth leaves fibers behind. A brush can bend or even snap the wire. Once that wire is damaged, there is no repair. The entire sensor must be replaced. This is why the cleaner exists. It works without contact. Spray it on, let it rinse the dirt away, and leave the element alone. Protect that fragile part, and it will keep your engine running smoothly. Next, how you spray it matters just as much. Trick number 7, let it cool before cleaning. Right after a drive, that sensor is still hot, even if it doesn't feel like it. Inside, the element has been working under constant heat as it measures airflow. If you spray cleaner on it too soon, you create a sudden temperature drop. That shock stresses the thin wire and can weaken it over time. The mass airflow sensor works by heating up and cooling down to track air entering the engine. When cold liquid hits a hot surface, the metal expands and contracts too fast. That rapid change can cause tiny cracks or shift how the element behaves. You may not notice it right away, but the readings will slowly drift, and the engine will not run as smoothly as it should. There's another issue most people miss. Heat causes the cleaner to evaporate too quickly. Instead of breaking down dirt and oil, it flashes off before it can do the job. That leaves contamination behind, and the cleaning becomes less effective. Give it time. Let the engine sit and cool down fully. Wait until the sensor is cool to the touch. That simple pause protects the element and helps the cleaner work properly. Temperature matters, but so does pressure, and that comes down to spray distance. Trick number 6, spray distance matters. The can looks harmless, but the force coming out of it can do real damage if you're not careful. Hold it too close, and that stream hits the sensor like a jet. Inside the mass airflow sensor is a very thin wire or film. It is not built to handle pressure. One strong blast can bend it, shift it, or even damage its surface. When that happens, the readings go off and the engine starts running poorly. Distance controls that force. When you hold the nozzle a few inches away, the spray softens into a fine mist. That mist moves over the element gently instead of hitting it hard. It lifts dirt and oil without stressing the wire. This is what you want. A gentle flow cleans better and keeps the sensor safe at the same time. Angle matters too. Spray across the element, not straight into it. Let the cleaner pass over and drip away naturally. That helps carry dirt off instead of pushing it deeper inside the housing. A careful spray protects the sensor and gives better results. Small details like this make a big difference, and if you're picking up value here, a quick like and subscribe helps you get more information like this. But even when done right, cleaning too often creates new problems, so don't overclean. Trick number 5. Don't overclean. More cleaning does not mean better results. In fact, it can slowly ruin the sensor over time. Every time you remove the mass airflow sensor, you handle a very delicate part. The screws, the housing, and the connector all take some stress. Do this too often, and small wear starts to build. Clips loosen, threads wear out, connections stop fitting as tight as they should. The real risk is the cleaning itself. Each spray exposes the element to chemicals. Even safe cleaners can cause trouble if used too often. Over time, repeated cleaning can weaken the thin wire or strip away its protective layer. Once that happens, the sensor starts giving unstable readings. That leads to rough, idle, poor fuel control, and reduced engine performance. There's also a common mistake here. Many people keep cleaning the sensor when the real problem is somewhere else. A vacuum leak, a dirty throttle body, or a clogged air filter can cause the same symptoms. Cleaning will not fix those issues. A good rule is simple. Clean it during air filter service or when clear symptoms show up. Otherwise, leave it alone. Clean it right, then let it dry fully. That's where the next mistake usually happens. Trick number 4, let it air dry. This is the quiet step that saves the sensor. After spraying, the job is not done. The cleaner must fully evaporate before the sensor is reinserted. If any liquid stays behind, it can affect the readings the moment the engine starts and throw everything off. Mass airflow cleaner is made to evaporate fast, but it still needs time to do it right. When the sensor is wet, the wire cannot measure airflow accurately. The liquid changes how heat moves across it, and that leads to rough, idle, poor throttle response, and even check engine lights. Trying to rush this step causes more harm than good. Wiping it leaves fibers behind. Using a cloth or tissue adds residue you cannot see. Blowing air on it can bend the wire or push dirt deeper into the housing. Compressed air brings another risk. It can carry moisture and build static, both of which can damage the sensor. The best method is simple. Place it in a clean, dry area and let it sit undisturbed. Give it at least 20 to 30 minutes. Longer is safer. Once it is fully dry, you are ready for the next step: resetting the system by disconnecting the battery. Trick number 3, disconnect battery. Think of this as hitting reset before the engine relearns how to breathe. With power still connected, the system is live. Plugging the sensor back in while current is present can cause a brief surge or a bad signal. That alone can trigger rough, idle, or fault codes right after a clean. There's more going on behind the scenes. Over time, the ECU adjusts fuel based on a dirty sensor. It builds those changes into memory. Once the sensor is clean, those old settings no longer match reality. The engine may hesitate, idle unevenly, or feel off. Disconnecting the battery clears that stored data so the system can start fresh. Do it the safe way. Turn the car off. Remove the negative terminal first. Wait a few minutes so all stored power drains. This also resets fuel trims and idle control values. After reinstalling the sensor, reconnect the battery and start the engine. Let it idle and settle. Avoid revving right away. Give the system time to adjust. This step helps the engine trust the new readings again. If you're also dealing with sensor issues like slow response or poor fuel trim, there's a simple way to clean your O2 sensor without removing it that's worth checking out next. But if dirt keeps getting in, the problem starts earlier at the air filter. Trick number 2. Check the air filter first. Before you blame the sensor, look at what feeds it. Every bit of air passes through the filter before it reaches the mass airflow. If that filter is dirty, damaged, or the wrong type, the sensor will get coated again fast. The problem often starts here, not at the sensor. A clogged paper filter chokes airflow. The engine pulls harder to breathe. That extra pull can drag fine dust past the filter. That dust settles on the mass airflow element and throws off its readings. Fuel mix shifts, power drops, mileage suffers. An over-oiled performance filter causes a different issue. Oil mist travels down the intake and sticks to the wire. Once that sticky layer forms, dirt clings to it. Buildup happens faster, and accuracy fades. Open the airbox and take a close look. Hold the filter up to the light. If light barely passes through, replace it. Check the seal around the edges. Make sure the box clips shut tight. Even a small gap lets dirty air slip through. Use a good paper filter for daily driving. It keeps airflow clean and steady. Fix the source and the clean will last. Now prove it worked. Scan the car before and after. Trick number 1. Scan before and after cleaning. Guesswork wastes time and money. A quick scan shows what the engine is really seeing before you touch anything. Plug in a simple OBD2 scanner and pull live data. At idle, most engines show about 2 to 7 grams per second of airflow depending on size. Check fuel trims too. If they are high, the engine is adding fuel to make up for bad air readings. Now clean the sensor the right way. Let it dry fully. Reinstall it and start the engine. Go back to the same data screen. Watch how the numbers change. Airflow should be steadier. Fuel trims should move closer to 0. Idle should smooth out. That tells you the sensor is reading correctly again. Take it one step further. Hold a steady 2,000 revolutions per minute and watch the airflow rise in a smooth line. If the numbers jump or lag, something is still off. This simple check confirms your work. If nothing improves, don't keep cleaning. The issue may be elsewhere. A vacuum leak, weak fuel pressure, or a dirty throttle body can cause the same signs. The scan keeps you on the right path and saves you from chasing the wrong fix. Clean it right, and your engine rewards you with smooth power and better fuel use. Skip the small steps and problems creep back fast. If you want to go further, watch our video on Nobody Cleans These 12 Sensors, and your fuel pays for it. It could save you more than you think.